Good evening. Yeah, I'll do a bit of a laid-back set tonight. I'm on drugs. Valium, yeah? Mustn't mention drugs, Tony. At least you can mention them, but you mustn't say that you're taking them. It's up there, actually. Actually, Max Miller used to have a guy on the side that was always worrying him. I've got one up there. 30 years ago, that was. Hasn't changed much, has it? No, I really, I was really in a sort of... I got up the other morning and I was really tense and hyper and manic, nervous. I was in a heavily yang space, I was. And I thought, I'll go along and see my alternative medic. But he wasn't there, he was doing a workshop or something. So I thought, I'll go along to the straight quack. Now, I'm a bit wary of the straight quack, because the last time I went there, he gave me a thorough examination, and then he said, I'm sorry. He said, I can't find a thing wrong with you. I can only put it down to too many drugs. I said, well, fair enough, I'll come back when you're not so stoned, So I'm a bit wary of him. So I'm sitting in the waiting room, with 30 other ill people, for about 3 hours. And then finally I get in to see him. And I said, listen, Doc, I'm in a heavily yang space. Lay some downers on me. What? I said, oh, sorry, Valium, Doc, Valium. He said, I can't go dishing out drugs to the likes of you. I've got a professional code of ethics to adhere to. Now, I know different, see, because I've gone in there when it's got a bit panicky, right? And he's got, he's taken the desk out of the surgery into the waiting room, right? He's got the MIMS catalogue there, prescription pad, pen, queue of housewives off the housing estate, right? It's a bit like this. OK, next, which way do you want to go, up or down? Down, Doc. Valium. Right, next, which way do you want to go, up or down? Oh, up, Doc. Benzodrine. Next, which way do you want to go, up or down? Oh, up and down, Doc. Yes, here's a letter for your psychiatrist. Next! So anyway, I was having none of this. I really put the dialectical Doc Martin in. I said to him, listen, I said, if I was some housewife off the housing estate too hyper to get the hoovering together, you'd lay a load of Largactil on me before I could say Glaxo Laboratories. What could he do? He just wrote me a prescription out, Right. Anyway, talking about housing estates, I reckon, buildings, public buildings, anywhere where people live, tower blocks, they ought to have a little plaque in the lobby with the architect's name, address and private phone number. So you can ring them up any time. Hello? Yeah, Mr. Jarvis Sariba, yeah. You're the bloke that designed Keir Hardie Point, yeah. I live at 194A, yeah, I know it's 2:30 in the morning, yeah. Now, don't ring up, don't ring off, I'll come round and ring your bell, I'll be persistent, I'll keep ringing it, yeah. Well, it's about my kid, he can't sleep. Yeah, he can't sleep, no, it's something in a noise in the wall or something, I don't know what it is. Oh, yeah, here it is there. Oh, it's the air vent, is it? Yeah, it's the air vent, yeah. I know it's 2:30 in the morning. I've just got in from the pub downstairs, the jovial Cockney, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Now, look, when he can't sleep, my wife can't sleep. And when she can't sleep, I don't get no sleep, all right? Got it? Yeah, I know. Well, I've just got in. I know, well, the lift's got the kibosh, innit? It's not working. I had to come up the stairs. I know it took me 2 hours, yeah, I know. When was the last time you was legless and had to climb up 1,100 stairs, eh? Yeah. No, it'd be nice, I like that, yeah. Actually, this studio, they used to do Dixon and Doc Green in here. Great, innit? What I want to know is, where is the cop on the beat when it comes to arresting the real criminals, the multinational corporations that move the economy of one part of the world to another part of the world and blitz whole communities? Where's the cop on the beat when it comes to arresting them? Well, I was walking in a northeasterly direction in the boardroom of amalgamated conglomerates when I noticed the accused and several other persons unknown making a dubious decision as to the economic future of Latin America. Well, I cautioned him, arrested him and bunged him in the back of the transit. That's when he hit his head. As you can see, I'm an alternative comedian. But some of the gigs I do, I realise that I am in danger of becoming like an avant-garde Butlins redcoat, Like Rowan Atkinson, for instance. Royal Command performance. What's that all about? Rowan Atkinson, the Queen Mother. The Queen Mother, Rowan Atkinson. Oh. Like, stand-up comedy's got to be more than just a scented aerosol in the shithouse of existence. Pick on someone my own size. Tony Allen, the Duke of Edinburgh. Duke of Edinburgh, Tony Allen. How do you, mate? Gotcha. Whoa! Cut that bit out, Rodney. That's can't use that. Yeah. Yeah, use it. Yeah, why not? I must tell you, it's a nice story. I was walking home late the other night, and it was like 4 a.m. on the Bayswater Road. You know, there was mist drifting in off the park, trees silhouetted in the moonlight. You know, dark, nice. I was walking along, and then suddenly, breaking the silence, I hear this voice. You, help me, please, you. I thought, what's this? What's this? Some novice jogger collapsed in a flower bed, you know. No, they don't prepare for it, do they? They don't get skimpy little nylon tracksuits. I mean, what's it all? Anyway, so again, you. And then through the murk emerges, through the dry ice on the horizon, this figure stumbling towards me. You, stop! Now, I want none of it. I move across the road, like, and he moves. Oh, fair enough. Why me, you know? Anyway, so he comes up to me, and he's got, like, a tweed suit, you know, bulging briefcase with all papers coming out of it, you know. And as he gets closer, I see he's got this perpetual twitch on both sides of his face. And when we get together, I notice why. He's got, like, this transistorised radio without the casing on it, and all the wires are crackling, you know, it's bolted into his head. And he said, no, I've a little wire like that into there, and another wire into there. I could see it through his shirt, blaster blast like that. I've never seen nothing like this before, you know. I've seen him with the carrier and the earphones and the roller skates. He said, you, I am a nuclear physicist and I have just arrived from the future. Now, I've been to this party, right, and there's been a lot of weed there, you know, Colombian, 14 quid a quart, it was great, you know. And, you know, and I've been getting into Kurt Vonnegut again lately, so I went, and he was still there. So I believed him. No, I did, I believed him, because I've seen these films, right, where some poor punter comes running in and says, the monster's arrived, he's just eaten 2 tower blocks, and he'll go, piss off. So I felt for him, and I believed him. And he said to me, listen, I've got some vital information about the nuclear issue. Take me to your leader. I said, well, as it happens, I'm a member of an anarcho-syndicalist collective on Ladbroke Grove, and we ain't got leaders. It wouldn't matter, there's only the 3 of us, you know. Anchor Pock in the dog, so that's 4. Actually, that's all bollocks. There's hundreds of us, armed, wait. No, there is. We're waiting for the word. Just can't agree on the word at the moment. It's not Foot or Ben, I know that much, right? Anyway, so he came out with all this stuff. He said, listen, look, he said, I've got a lot of vital information about the nuclear issue. I'm bursting with it. He said, where I come from, in the future, we convened a top clandestine conference of all the top radical scientists, subatomic physicists, technologists, people from all over the world. And we realised, when we cross-referenced, checked our data. He spoke like that data. I think he's upper middle class, but I'm not privileged. You know, I'm not. So he said to me, he said, we realised that the world was on the brink of doom. And as he went doom, all the little wires crackled in the top of his head. So I said, listen. I said, carry on. Tell me about it. He said, yes. He said, oh, it's absolutely outrageous. He said, not a day goes past without a fire, a seepage, a leakage, a near meltdown at a nuclear power plant. It's all hushed up in the future. All hushed up. He said, every day, he was really manic. He was, you know. He said, not a day goes past without psychotic military nearly pressing the button as it hovers over the up in the stratosphere. There's missiles with nuclear warheads. It's like the Guildford bypass on a bank holiday Monday up there. He said, how do you suss that one out? He said, no, it remains an ergonomic enigma. He said, open cast mining of uranium. The Namibians, the Australian Aborigine, the peasants in Siberia. He said, they're all in danger of mutation. All hushed up, of course. Nobody knows about it. Terrible. He said, and as for, he said, the sophisticated surveillance systems that are working now, 1/10 of the world's population are in danger of becoming, it's a global police state. All hushed up, of course. Nobody knows about it. I said, this is terrible. He said, yes. I said, I thought Thatcher's Britain was bad enough. He said, yes, I know. He said, Thatcher's Britain? He said, I said, yeah, welcome to 1981. He said, 1981? He said, not March 1981. I said, yeah. He said, fucking useless Japanese technology.